Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back, baby. 2 on the 10.
Yes, sir.
Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy Nick.
Greedy.
You know what time it is, man. Hey, we're going to leave you to the end, bro, as far as your weekend.
Okay, but can we make sure we have enough tape this time?
Okay, we will. My bad. We had technical difficulties last time. You did good to see the fireworks. It was, you know what? It was actually good for, you viewers not to see.
They just got to see my reaction.
It was good. It was good for the viewers not to, kind of see that side. That's that brotherly shit that that you don't need to be witnessing and stuff like that. But now, that was funny. Now, but now we got it fixed. We think we on top of it right now.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
We'll try to, get that together.
Got a lot of complaints. People are like, man, we don't want to see Greedy the whole time. For the YouTube watchers,
You gotta love Greedy. That face is lovable,
Yeah,
bro.
I heard some people were
it's
like,
something.
yeah.
It's something.
I heard YouTube almost banned the video because there was too much of me.
Like, we've seen this up at the post office.
Oh man, everybody thought it was your OnlyFans, but here you go. But
Maybe.
Only fans, only friends.
yeah, that too. Hey, Greedy, how was your weekend, man?
Weekend was good. Shit, I don't know what the hell did I do this weekend. I'm gonna tell you right now, this week has really tested me at work.
Right.
It's been rough,
But you had to show up?
No. Just dealing with different personalities and different, the people that I have to manage, but then other managers and just a lot of stuff. It's been a crazy couple of days. And then just summertime comes around, people take vacations. There's some sickness going around in some of the offices that we have. So I've had some people out and just trying to juggle just the resources and the manpower to get to where they need to be to get things done has been, it's been tough. Let's just say that.
Right.
It's been a struggle, but I'm getting through it. So this last weekend, Father's Day.
There you go.
Shout
Yeah,
out Father Dad.
Yeah, shout out to
Yep.
Spent Sunday over at my uncle's house with a couple of my uncles and my pops and the family, and had a barbecue, grilled up some burgers, some brats, and some dogs. It's funny because my uncle always starts the barbecue, and then he kind of is like, "Where's Nick at?" And I come over, I'm like, "All right, let me get it." And I start
like the honorary grill
because sometimes, especially if my dad does it, everything's getting burnt. It don't matter. You can be eating hockey pucks,
Right.
And then he always drops one or two of them in the grass or on the floor, and you're like, "Oh, this one has the grass. You got the special grass burger." You heard of grass fed? My dad takes that literal. So,
Oh, wow.
So they always every time we do a barbecue, they always have me come in. I take over the grill, and I do some burgers because normally everything was well done. So I get some that are like medium to medium well, and then some well done for the people that like them well.
Right.
And then I do the hot dogs where some are just like, grilled up nice, and then a couple are like charcoal that people like them really burnt. So just, get to be the grill master and just hang out with the family. So it was a good time. And, the rest of the weekend was just pretty chill. I'm trying to think where I went to eat. There was some place. Damn, I can't. Oh, I went to DeFalco's in Scottsdale.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Was there a line? Was there a line?
No, I actually went. And it was funny. There actually wasn't a line when I got there, but I got there at like 3:30 in the afternoon. It was a late lunch. And by 4 o'clock, there was like 10 people waiting in line to order stuff.
Wow.
But I got the cheesesteak sandwich.
Okay.
That
Was it
thing-
good?
Oh, that thing
You
is
know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. Authentic Italian delis that make,
Yeah.
that have the little grocery store in them. You gotta love them.
Yeah.
You know what? I call Del Falco's not quite Guido's.
Yeah, it's not Guido's for sure, but it's definitely good. Definitely got some good food in there. And so, if you're in the area, I mean, if you're a little further up in Scottsdale, hell, go to Guido's. But there's also a place out on, I want to say like 43rd and Olive called Romanelli's.
It's
really
northern.
Northern, is it?
It's like 20. It's actually 20. It's either 35th, 33rd, somewhere in
somewhere
northern.
out there.
In northern.
Yeah.
Romanelli's has been around for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good too.
Yeah, another grocer
Yep.
spot. And remember the one I took you before? I think on 7th and like Dunlap or something.
Yeah, that's
like,
the one Scotty goes to now
yeah.
a bunch.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some good ones. That is, I'm going to tell you right now, the one thing the East Valley is missing. There's really no good delis in the East Valley.
Agreed.
I mean, Scottsdale, but you go south of, DeFalco's, there's not another one south or east of that
We talked about this before,
even
and
find.
don't get me wrong. Let's differentiate a good sandwich shop from a good deli.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm talking Italian deli.
Yeah. When you get
grocer
you
style
get
store.
pasta sauces, pesto. You know, what I mean, different things like that. You know, you could order the meats and all the stuff like that as well too. You know, capicola. You know, everything. You know, so at the East Valley. The funny thing about the East Valley, and the East Valley loves their food. You know, all you have to do is look at Go Gilbert. You know, the discussions every single day. Someone asks, "Where's the best pizza? Where's the best pasta?" Every day, and like 1,000 people chime in. But the one thing the East Valley's comfortable in is they will, in my opinion, will cut the corner. They don't need the traditional Chicago or New York deli or whatever. They'll go, you know what? I'll get a sandwich over at Sprouts, you know,
Yeah.
or I'll get this over here at this spot. And don't get me wrong, they're still paying for their sandwich. It's just a different sandwich, good quality sandwich, but it's not that traditional. You're on the right bread with the right, you know, family
I see a
Italian
lot
dressing.
of-
You know,
I mean, there's so many different sandwich chains
Yep.
too. Like,
Yep.
you know, Cousin Subs just out here and Subway.
you just said Cousins. When's the last time you actually saw?
Firehouse.
All right, when's the last time you actually saw a Cousins?
There's actually one at the Pavilions.
really.
I went there.
Really?
I went there.
There's
Like,
a couple
Gotta be
subs. I haven't seen a couple
I
I
think
think one
subs.
of the only ones, but that's,
I remember the one on Dobson.
yeah.
I
there
used to go by
be
my
one.
store.
What's the other one? Togo's.
Togo's, yeah.
But I mean, there's just so many places now with what's the other one? Jersey Mike's.
All right, let me ask you.
I
Let's go
actually
around.
ate there this weekend.
Hey,
at Jersey Mike's.
Real quick, go around. Who's got the best chain sandwich shop?
Oh, you really want to know?
Yeah, chain.
Yeah, it's a chain. Chiba Hut.
Chiba Hut's good. You know the other one that's really good? You guys, I don't know if you heard of it yet. And you're going to laugh. Mr. Pickles.
From Pickleboard.
Come on.
I knew that was coming.
That's a pickle
But
part.
no, Mr. Pickles actually has really good sandwiches if
Really?
you haven't been. Yeah, for a chain. Really good.
I'm gonna tell you, Chiba Hut. Oh my gosh, I go over there and get that 5-0.
No, I'm telling you
that
right now.
shit's so fire.
All right,
Get
I'm gonna tell you.
what? The pinner?
The pinner is that the biggest one?
No, that's the small one.
Let me say this, and don't worry, Chiba Hut's got, you know, I mean, that, you know, for those that don't know, it's like weed themed, you know, but I mean, you know, you go there when you got the munchies, and then when they got like what was the White Widow and all this stuff, the Black Widow,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And they got a lot of snacks by the
Yeah,
I mean,
right. No, it's a cool little spot,
It's
though.
exactly what you think.
Yeah.
The food is really good. There's a lot, so it's kind of tough because if you're talking like Jersey Mike's has a great,
Yeah.
like their first of all, their roast beef is money with the Mike's
I think
way.
any of the
Yeah, I
ones
was there
that
on Tuesday
that-
with my mom.
Any of the sliced the meat fresh.
Yeah.
It's always better that way for
Hey,
some
I'll tell you what, the tuna sandwich at Firehouse Subs is money.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and even I hate to be this way, but even though I know it's like more processed than some of the others, but Subway stepped their game up again. You ever had the beef
Really?
at Subway?
I haven't been in
And then
Subway.
another one we forgot too is what's the Chicago one with the gargantuan? You know, the Jimmy John's.
You know what? Okay, it's funny, you know, and this is just my experience, so let me put a disclaimer on that.
Yep.
I used to love Jimmy John's, right? Let's go in there.
Well,
Until the last time, if I ever get food poisoning at somebody,
it gave you the number 3.
I don't go back. It gave me the number 3 as
Part, for those who don't know what the number 3 is, it's part 1 and part 2.
all at the same time. But no, for real, it was bad, man, and I never went back. It's the same way at Chipotle.
So now do you just go to like not one Jimmy John's or any Jimmy John's?
I just don't go to Jimmy John's anymore because I'm
one location fucked it up.
Yeah, it's because I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's a rash on, you know, because it was like Chipotle. I stopped going to Chipotle. I heard, you know, there was whispers around Chipotle with people were getting salmonella poisoning and all this shit.
That's like I mean, Nick told us a story that was similar. I mean, it's not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
But he had one bad sex experience and gave it up. You know what I mean?
Nick who? I don't know about that.
But,
My name is Greedy, motherfucker.
but anyway, and if we're asking my favorite one though, truthfully, and I'm a little biased, but I'm gonna have to say Togo's. And if you guys haven't gone lately, there's only one in Arizona. It's over on Elliott and like Country Club. It's in like the little like the warehouse
Starts
area.
off in McQueen.
Yeah, McQueen. Definitely go there though and get I don't even know what the number is, but there's a hot pastrami, hot roast beef, cold turkey, cheese sandwich. It's freaking phenomenal.
No,
One of
Diddy,
the
no Diddy, that sounds like a lot of meat.
yeah, well, pause. Yeah, it's sandwich is amazing. Best, like don't get me wrong, and I think
Is
the
it a
best,
hot or cold sandwich?
it's a hot sandwich.
Okay, hot sandwich.
And they give you a bowl of jus to dip it in.
Really?
And when I say jus, I'm talking about the
So
sauce.
do you like hot? Here's another question. You like hot or cold sandwiches?
It depends on the sandwich. Like for example, okay, if we're going pastrami, it's got to be hot for me.
Okay, gotcha.
What about you?
No, because what's at the Miracle Mile, they have the 1.5.
Yeah.
And-
Miracle Wild's also.
Yeah.
I don't consider them a chain. Do you?
Yeah, no, I don't consider them a chain, but are you talking about a great ass deli? You talk about fresh meat. They got a pastrami sandwich over there that is not hot.
Yeah.
Shit's fucking fire, bro.
Is it not hot? I can't remember.
The 1.5? I don't think the 1.5's hot though. I remember it being
them and the roast beef sandwiches back in the day.
Yeah.
Although you know what's funny? I grew up like when we're talking about sandwiches. It's hard now to find a really good. I just said Jersey Mike's, but it's hard to find a really good traditional roast beef.
a traditional one.
Because I mean, like with the like. I'm just saying it's like the 80s and 90s. I guess are over, but it seems like the meat quality is just different now. Shop the roast beef.
I'm telling you right now, the place I went in New York.
Oh, here we go
Best
again.
roast beef sandwich
New York is the best. Everybody else sucks.
No.
I'm not from there, but my family is.
No. This is out in Patchogue, New York. I think it's called Di Fieri's. It's like a meat shop, and they have that like the roast beef hanging in it. I swear,
I was in the window drooling,
Hey,
and then I went next door and got a sandwich.
I've been craving. Hey, when I go to New York this year, I'm gonna pick one up before I take the flight home. I'm gonna bring one. It'll be a day old, but I'm gonna ask them if they can like deconstruct it and like put the meat in one thing and the cheese in something and the bread.
I just dry ice
package
it.
it up.
Well, dry ice that. Dry ice a couple bagel sandwiches. Dry ice me like a Luke's lobster roll.
Hey, I'm
All
gonna
that
say,
good shit, huh?
but it just reminded me because we're talking about all this amazing food. There was one other place I went this past week that was out of control, and it's one of Mitch's favorite spots.
What's that?
Charcoal Grill.
Oh yes, can we give that up, please?
Charcoal Grill.
That place is
Grill.
special. That place is special.
Oh yes.
Where is this at?
It's on 58th and
Oh, okay.
Thunderbird,
It's
yeah.
on the west side. Got
West Side. So first of all, I ordered their
Shout out to
shawarma
Emo.
plate. It's half chicken, half beef.
Okay.
It comes out on a tray that looks like the same type of tray that a bartender comes out with all the beers on.
Yeah.
Like that big of a tray they set on the table in front of me. I just looked at it. I was like, I don't know how the fuck. This is lunch.
Right.
And for the price, I mean, you go to like Mediterranean or Greek spots these days, you get like a kebab plate or something. It's like $26-$28.
Yeah.
This place was like 17, I think $17.99 for this tray. It was like a salad, big huge salad, some hummus, a big huge thing of rice, and then the meat just mounded over the top of it.
Huh.
I had that for lunch and for dinner that night.
Really?
And I'm gonna tell you, Mitch, it was actually when I got home and
Better.
it sat in the to-go container, and then I just heated it up. in the
charcoal, that
microwave.
smoke?
You
Yeah.
get that smoke that comes through because they cook everything on these big spits over charcoal.
Okay.
And they just slow roast over charcoal, which is a lot of places. Some do it over just like a flame, or they do it over like wood fire. This with the charcoal, this gives it like a different flavor. I reheated that shit. I was like, man, that's so amazing. So charcoal grill, if you haven't tried, I know Mitch
Grill.
talked about
I'll tell you
it.
what. One.
And it's only one location?
Only one.
Yes.
Okay, trust me. I'm trying to get him to come out to East Valley. I said I want in if he does, because I'm telling you, people look at the spot, and if you don't know it, they go, "Oh, I don't want bar." It's weird. It's called Charcoal Grill, but a lot of people we talk to in the area, oh yeah, well, I don't really want barbecue right now, or I thought there was a place that sold grills, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Charcoal Grill is what it's called. They need to put something else on
They
there.
didn't have like charcoal Mediterranean grill.
Charcoal. Or the owner's name. I believe. I can't remember. I'm bad with names, but we're boys. It's either Emmanuel or Emil. I can't remember. But what's it called? Call it his name and then call it Charcoal Grill, or or Greek, or again, just something that lets people need. Like I've handed out flyers to events before, and people will look at the flyer and go, "What day is it? Where is it? Where's it at? What is this?" And it's all right in front of them.
Right.
So if you don't spell it out for them, it's going to take longer and longer and longer for the word of mouth. But word of mouth is growing with that place. Honestly, one of my top 5, 10 places. Honestly, a top 5 place to eat, no matter what cost.
Got you.
Yeah, I
And
took
it's
one of the
just-
guys from my
it's
work,
special.
and he
It's
was
special.
like, "Man, this place is good." He got like one
It's
of the
special.
wraps.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Damn, this thing is good," and it's a lot of food,
A lot of flavor.
a lot of flavor.
Okay.
And just really good quality. Like the one thing I noticed, so the hummus, usually hummus always has like some, it's supposed to be olive oil, but
Right.
you get it and you taste it and you're like, you can tell it's not olive oil.
Right.
You're like, what, man, you dip your bread in this and you can taste the olive. It's like, this is true, good quality olive oil on top of the.
And let me tell you this: if you ever want
So it's 59th and where?
Thunderbird, it's like right by the EOS.
Got you. So next time I go out and see my mom,
You have to bring her some. And I'll tell you 2 things. By the mixed plate shawarma, you can never go wrong with. You can't go wrong with the kebab plate either. But mixed plate shawarma, or if you do the kebab plate and then get the hummus dip, because they have a hummus dip, and you can do mix. So it can do mixed chicken and beef shawarma, and they give you these fried chips that you dip it in. Phenomenal experience, and it's like $13.99.
all right. I'm gonna go fuck
Check
with
it out. So that's my weekend. Now I'm hungry, so let's hurry this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like, can I make it back home in time? But my weekend was it was pretty good, man. Like you said, it was Father's Day weekend. I was fortunate. My son was born on Father's Day, so his birthday was this weekend. He's doing his thing out.
Nick, your birthday was this weekend?
But give it up for my son. He's
Devon, hey, shout out to Devon and shout out to Nick too.
Yeah. But no, he's doing his thing out in Tulsa, man. I'm really proud of him. You know, all my kids kind of like starting to spread their wings, kind of coming in their own. Just getting older. You know, I'm getting younger and they're getting older.
Can I just say this real quick? I think it's kind of ironic or funny because I was talking to Ken the other day, right?
Right.
And we were talking about just life and kids and stuff. And if you look at just take us three, me and you, and then take Ken's kids. Let's take Blake for example.
Yeah, right.
You take Devon, I'll take Ash. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
If you look at us at their ages and 4 years, like from 19 to 25,
right.
You compare each of us individually to our kids. Our kids are almost complete opposites of us.
Gotcha.
I mean, as far as are they out partying and drinking? Are they out like getting in trouble?
Right.
Are they out getting in fights? I mean, and I'm not saying this. Are they out? I mean, just anything, and even the good stuff, whatever the good stuff is, they're just different. It's like for whatever reason, generational gaps are so different that our kids maybe it has something to do with a little bit of parenting and what you do give your kid those gems here and there. Because I think again, no knocking our parents' generation. I truly believe in even reading, studying, and just your own life experience. Their generations were stuck in their ways generations, right? It was, this is how it is. It doesn't matter. No one can tell me otherwise. And I know you get that way still to this day sometimes.
Right.
But in the same token, like, I think because we had that experience and we got frustrated and we wanted to check out everything, put our toe in the water, and almost maybe even go the opposite direction.
Right.
We knew that wasn't the full route to go. So we toned it in a little. But we didn't have you cannot do this and this, and almost like a Catholic church rule.
Right.
We didn't do that to where these kids rebel.
Right.
I think they kind of, again, just my 2 cents on what I'm noticing, because it seems like, again, and I just use our three for an example, there's many others too. It's just different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our generation is different from their generation. Their generation is starting to get different from even the ones that are coming up now.
This next,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This next generation, I don't
want no part of this shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck's going to happen because it seems like they're getting softer and softer. Yeah. We got to be politically correct.
They got the Riz, though.
Yeah.
Got the Riz. Though.
Yeah, we got to be politically correct about every fucking thing we say around this cat, and it used to not be that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like we, as Americans, we were definitely thicker skinned, growing up.
Well, you can't beat your kids no more.
And I was
which actually, again, not to interrupt you, sorry, but that's the one thing that does fucking piss me off.
What's up?
You can't beat your kids. No, but seriously, let me.
Well, no, here's the thing. You give motherfuckers spankings. I mean, it's a difference between abuse and spanking.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say this: when we're talking discipline in a proven way, you get backhanded once, you get hit with a racing car track or the belt, and you can't hide it with toilet paper or whatever. You get your ass whipped. If you really get your ass whipped, you will learn because you will be so afraid of that experience. You will know. It's like putting your hand on the stove and knowing it burns.
Exactly. Okay. That's motherfuckers hot.
Yeah, okay. but imagine. Okay, now let's flip it. Imagine if that was the case and the stove would sit there and go, "You stupid motherfucker!" every time. Like, I honestly think that's more damaging.
Right.
Down the road.
Exactly.
Down the road than learning from the experience and not doing it again.
Exactly.
And again, I didn't understand it back when it was happening. Even when we were younger, it was starting to change. But I'm like, I knew it was wrong. Just there's a few things that are wrong, and obviously I'm the conspiracy theorist, or I should say the anti coincidence theorist. And I'll sit there. It's not done by random. It's done on purpose to create the chaos we're having, because out of chaos comes order. Right. Again, I'll just say that. I'll give that gem for a second.
I got you.
Sorry to interrupt. But
no, you good. But no, like I said, it was Father's Day. I was I wished my son a happy Father's Day. He wanted to go see what's that dude Andrew? What's the new comedian out? The
guy with the mustache?
Yeah, I don't know if he's Hispanic or something.
He looks like the carny worker. Remember?
Yeah. He does like a carny worker.
He does a show with what's it called? The dude from
podcast.
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz. There you go. He wanted to go see Andrew Schultz. He said that motherfucker was funny as shit.
Oh, that dude's brilliant. He's witty.
Yeah. So when he comes there, I definitely want to check him out.
Pause.
Me and my girl, finally went out. She just, everybody knows my girl just had surgery. So,
What'd you say? Everybody knows?
well, most folks, they're close to me.
Knows?
No, she had no surgery. So it's just starting to, like I said, starting to heal. So
You had septum, got that fixed.
yeah, and we were able to kind of hang out. We hung out at Kala. I know you'll speak on that. Kala, for folks that don't know, it's a grown folk spot in Scottsdale. You can go to Old Town and not have to deal with fucking these young pups.
What did Ja Rule say? Kala.
Yeah,
You said it's a grown folks spot?
yeah. It's
And if he
definitely
didn't,
grown.
he should've said
It's like to me, it's the W. How the W used to be. Like the W's falling off. The W used to be the spot, man. Yeah. And then, but Kala is, they got the hotel, and then in the bottom it's called Kala. I forget what the name of the hotel is. It starts with an S, like Sasha's or something nature. But Kala is like the actual food spot. And speaking of food, they have some like specialty pizzas in there, and really, really good. You probably like. They're supposed to be like Mediterranean style pizzas or something like that, but they do have the spicy. It looks like a pepperoni pizza, but it's a spicy salami, and this shit is so fucking good.
Hey, Mitch got me hooked on now the pizza with the hot honey.
I'm telling you, right?
What?
I'm telling
I
you.
got this Mike's Hot Honey.
Okay.
What?
Put it on. I put it on
what's it-
pepperoni pizza.
What's that happen? Oh,
God,
you
it's
talking about
just-
Mike's Hot Honey on pepperoni pizza?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, by the way,
my God,
it's not going to be Mike's Hot Honey in a while.
that shit was so good.
Was it good?
Right?
Hey, I went to the
Game
store, I
changer.
bought it, and then I ordered a pizza just this weekend, just so I could try it. Saturday night, I got a
It's
pizza.
a game changer, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Puss,
Does it work on any pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even get. I just got I got Marco's pizza. I got their pepperoni.
Yeah.
Just ordered because it was quick, and I was like, I'm gonna get some pizza.
Oh, yeah.
And I put the hot honey on there. Oh,
Hey,
even my girl's like,
So is it hot? Is it hot? Is it
got a little- it's
got a
just
little
a
heat?
little-
It's a
little
little flavor.
It's got the heat, spice, and sweetness all
Gotcha.
together.
All together. Okay.
And so imagine that on pizza, on French fries, on chicken.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. I can pick it up at fries.
Yeah, for now.
yeah, like $10.
Why'd you say for now?
Because there's going to be another brand coming out.
Better than Mike's.
Better than Mike's.
Fuck Mike.
Exactly.
Hey, there's gonna be a war.
Mitch's big head chili sauce. That's what we get. You coming out with a honey sauce?
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying.
You coming out with a big head?
Oh, I also was gonna say I did see. There's a couple of Bengal cats that have their own Instagram.
Did it? You got Instagram for your cats, bro?
I think they have
They-
Instagram. and
they did it
Snapchat or
themselves.
They did it themselves. I can see because they be walking on your computer. I'm sure they was on there typing
They
that
be
shit.
doing whatever the fuck they feel like. That shit's crazy, man.
Right.
They're so smart.
So is it a joint account? They got their individual accounts.
No, it's a joint account.
Okay.
So if you guys get a chance, check out the Bengal Twins 2024 on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube, just check out Bengal Twins.
Okay, well, we'll have them send me a follow so I can follow them back.
Okay, definitely.
Because I know they're on the computer and shit. So
I think I'm following.
They got such
Follow 'em.
personality. I'm telling you, it's crazy, man.
got you. They about to go viral.
Hey, I clicked in there. They had like 40 likes on a video. I'm like, they just started. I got 40 likes.
But people
They got more
love
likes than I did, and I've been on Instagram for like 20 years.
they fucking
Whatever it
cats,
is.
bro.
No,
people
for
love
real.
their cats. People love animals altogether, but
Yeah,
that's just,
I think Bud the cat's about to have an Instagram page as well.
Hey, bud. We'll cross over.
Yeah.
Hey, I told you I need to borrow your cat because I got a bird
Hey,
problem in the back.
I'm gonna post the video of him like 30 feet up in the tree,
yeah.
just chilling.
That cat's crazy.
I got a bird problem over there. I think
You
he
won't have a bird problem a year in a couple days.
But no, just to finish on my weekend, man, it was good. Father's Day was chill, man. My girl's son stayed with her dad, and so we actually we normally don't get Sunday fun days, and we got Sunday fun days. So went down to a spot down in Chandler. I'm not Chandler, but Scottsdale called Poor Decisions. A friend of mine owns it, and then went over to Goodwood, and we kind of got lit up. Well, my girl did for sure. She was fucking drunken in the skunk.
Isn't it funny how the out spots now are now winning right now in Scottsdale, whether it's Goodwood Tavern.
Yeah.
It's the spots that don't have any rules, really.
Boondocks.
It's Boondocks, Goodwood Tavern, and Hot Chick.
Well, I think it was you.
Fuck hot chick.
yeah.
Was it you, Nick, or was it you, Mitch, who was telling me that
Probably
like outskirts like Boondocks and Hot Chicks are winning because you're not paying that much for the drinks and stuff.
or as much as the bottle service in the place.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like it's in fact I'll say when I talked to my weekend, one of the people that was at the table I was at is like a GM for one of the hot spot clubs, and he was just saying that that the club game's definitely changing. You know, it's a lot. It's getting. I mean, it's got. Imagine in this economy, it's getting tougher and tougher. Right. I mean, people get the experience of going to the club and balling the fuck out. That's not a person that's coming back. I mean, for the most part, for 5 years, 10 years. Right. That's okay. This year you got me. You know, gotcha. I know what it is. I've done it. If I am going to do it, I'm going to go to Vegas. Gotcha. You know what I mean. I'm tired of seeing the same people huddling.
Or once every, once every so often. Yeah. I mean, back when we were doing it, it was every weekend.
Every weekend.
You know, I knew someone every weekend that had bottle service somewhere, and we were going or had a limo or doing something. Now you don't see people get down like that. Yeah. And I think the place like Boondocks, it's more easily to approach people there because it's not like if you gone to, let's just say Bottle Blonde, for example, big huge bar, very small walkways, not a lot of places to stand, and everybody's always security. You got to move. You got to move. Yeah. So you're just like herding cattle, walking around this way, trying to find a spot that you could just stop and stand and drink an overpriced drink. And where you go to Boondocks, it's more spread, more open. It's very easy to approach people. There's tables you can just sit at. You don't have to have bottle service.
Gotcha.
And I'll add to this. You could be sitting there drinking your neutral in a can or whatever, and you don't feel like a chump. Whereas, and I'm just speaking for like just people, what I perceive they're feeling me. Whereas if you're a Bottle Blonde, it's crowded and the security's telling you to move after you just paid $15 for your drink or $12 for your canned drink or whatever. And they're like, get out the way, bum. You know, we got these people by the table. You know, it's like it's like this whole first class and regular class shit is kind of, you work too hard to be treated like crap. You know what I mean? Like, and to get high-sided by people that live at home with their, trust funds and, or their credit cards they all throw together to look the part for a year or two before they realize they're going to be paying that card for 10 years or BKing. Right. Again, the game's starting to change. It's like at the end of the day, we work too hard and life's too short not to get the value out of something. And who wants to be the overpaying asshole? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that works once in a while, right? But every weekend, that's not what these business models, should be trying to, strive for.
Right. No, I got that shit. I got you, man. Like I said, is we all up there got a little money and fuck, we still watch our fucking pennies.
I enjoy the bargain.
But we also want a good time. Yeah. Have a good time and stuff like that. And sometimes we want to get out of our bubble and stuff like that. So, that's why I said I appreciate places like Hot Chicks, Boondocks. So I don't go to Hot Chicks and Boondocks, but I do go to Kala. Yeah. I do go to Goodwood, stuff like that, because it's a little bit of, like I said, it's a little bit of older crowd, and you don't have to deal with all that bullshit.
Well, let me just say this. You've been with me a few times, but one of my favorite places ever was Sunday Funny at Marley's.
Yeah, right.
Because the crowd was always cool. Everybody was fun. Right. It was nice. If it was starting to get a little rowdy, like the trap music, they turned it down, play 90s R&B for a second. Yeah. They knew what they were doing. I love the fact that I could sit at the bar, and when they pulled the tables, they leave whoever I was with those stools, and we could put a bottle right there and pour our own bottles. And I know that's not necessarily legal. I don't know. Right. But again, and they charged me $1.50 for the bottle.
Got you.
And you could do, but it wasn't the money. It was the respect, and it was the love, and it was shown back. I reciprocated to them dudes when they came to the store. Oh, here's a hookup on a T-shirt. Security knew us, and it was love. Remember how many times we sat there?
What do you think happened to Marley's? Because they don't really. I don't think they have any locations left.
I think
maybe
I think they have Goodyear. It was Goodyear and the OG one.
Oh no, yeah, they got the one downtown. Because we ate there probably like 3 months ago. So
still good food and stuff, but it's like
I mean the Marley's All-Star 9 burger is fucking dope.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where it runs its course. I mean, let's put it this way. It's still a draw in downtown Phoenix next to the stadium. But by Chandler Mall, can you imagine what they're probably raising the rent when in reality is the competition's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's like how many people even this is what
it was back in the day. Like I said, Marley's used to be. I mean, because it was based off Dan Marley.
He was a star of the '90s.
He was a star in the '90s, Phoenix, and it, like you said, ran its course. Yeah. It was kind of played out. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't that big of a star. I mean, he was a star, but he wasn't that big of a star where he can sustain time. It's not like going to Chicago and go to Jordan's, Michael Jordan's restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So,
and does that even work? I mean, sometimes, I mean, I think Jordan's might, but
right.
Again, it's very rare.
Yeah, I mean, it's got one in Desert Ridge too.
Oh, does it?
Phoenix.
I got you.
Because they used to have one in Flagstaff. They had them all over.
Remember Chandler? I mean, the fact that they were in Chandler.
I loved the one in Chandler, bro. Yeah, it was good.
Hey, there was a badass blonde bartender there that I used to always. Remember, we used to go on. What did they have?
What are you talking about?
Friday night, they used to have the DJ or something there.
I don't know.
We used to go in there all the time.
I didn't look at girls before my girl.
Paul was gay up until the point.
Wasn't even gay, bro.
You were married back then.
I was celibate, motherfucker. I was celibate. No, that's the same thing.
No, I was single for many, many, many years. So I was looking. I was looking.
I'm fucking with you. But let's finish off. How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was good. Had first of all Lambert in town.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Greg.
Yeah, shout out to Greg, and it's always a crazy time.
Yep.
So I actually popped in. Saw him at the crib on Friday night. Up in Scottsdale. He was like, man, the one thing I love about Greg, this dude. I mean, don't worry, I've known him since I was 16, so we have this bond, and not many people can relate or know, but. Been everywhere around the U.S. with this dude, and
Y'all let me know next time he's in town, bro.
Yeah,
it would have been cool.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
to hang out. So next time he's in town,
without
let
a
me know.
doubt. And it's so funny too, because one thing I love about him, and he does very, very well for himself. He always makes sure to pick up the phone. Hey, I'm getting in at 4. When are you going to be there? Like already assumes I'm there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love that because he's never high side. Like don't get me wrong, when he gets to the bar, he'll start big time in it, but with the people he's with. And Greg's one of those selected like few personalities that he could be an asshole, he could be funny, he could be rude, he could be obnoxious, but somehow he wins most people over.
Yeah, he does have that personality where he's that lovable guy.
Yeah, even though like what he says, it's weird. It's like, and you can tell it's genuine. That's who he really is. It's not, but if you didn't, you think everything's for show or it was a reality TV show, and it's not. We've all said that. You've been there many times.
Hey,
it's like a reality TV show.
Let me know next time he's in town too, but give me like a week notice so I can get my liver in order. Start taking some pills. Because that's what I'm gonna tell you one thing: when he's in town, you drinking.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Drinking.
And so we popped into the crib on Friday night. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna make." He goes. What's it called? I'm gonna make Wagyu burgers, whatever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so we had Wagyu burgers, one of the best burgers I have had. He grilled it, and then it's just called it a short night. The next day he goes, we were doing we did a Saturday Father's Day brunch at Maple and Ash, and again we had a good experience. The last time I told you guys, remember on the show, I brought Chris the last time. This one was for the dads mostly only. The daughters brought Greg out, and then it was just the fathers.
Right.
So and then everybody could meet afterwards. So they took a party bus, dropped us off, and then. What's it called? We were Maple and Ash. We were supposed to get there at 11. I think we left there about 3:30. And the place closes at 1. For brunch. Right. And so the couple cool things. So the DJ was killing it. So I go up to have him play because Greg likes E40s, and obviously I support 40. So I don't fuck with you, whatever. And what's it called? So I go to play it. It's my boy Tino Cucino.
Was it?
Yeah, and that dude's killing it. He's syndicated. Shout out to Tino. He's syndicated in 40 cities now or whatever. But I mean, hey, why not get your money on whatever? So I was talking to him, and then one of the assistant GMs goes up. She goes, he's from the Bay Area. To Tino, I know Mitch, whatever. It was cool, and I guess I sent you the text. He's doing comedy now too, so we definitely have to check our show.
For sure.
So he sent me the flyer dates for that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So shout out Tino Cucino and his radio show if you get a chance to check it out. And then what's it called? Yeah, they came over from because the impression Greg and we made last time was they're like, oh yeah, we got you guys, and they start sending us drinks, they start sending us appetizers, different things like that. Then we ordered our food. I know I ordered they made us they gave you the Father's Day menu. What's it called? I don't give a fuck. The Father's Day menu. I took a picture of that, but I just went and I said, F it. I'm gonna get the filet. And then order a side of eggs. So I just did a real filet, and a dinner filet with eggs. That's what I had for. And then of course, the one thing I will say, man, because they showed us nothing but love, but I'm going to be critical on one thing. I got a little bit of lobster, got a little bit of crab, and man, they were using way too much liquid smoke.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, the texture was amazing, but it tastes when you use too much liquid smoke, it makes it taste like plastic.
Interesting.
And again, and I wasn't the only one. I was like, hey, is anybody else in Southern dude that has a pretty good palate? He was pretty refined with we were talking food places back and forth.
Right.
He was like, yeah, that's liquid smoke. I mean, you could just tell. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, but other than that, the steak was good. And again, I like their brunch better than I like their dinner. Right, but their ambiance is always A1. Their music was popping, and so of course then. One of the managers, Jordan, shout out to Jordan, he's from the Bay Area, so he's like, man, what's up? When I got up there again, and so he took us in the private room again afterwards, so they had drinks setting up, waiting for us. I even got to sign the little VIP wall on the side, so if you ever go in there see Mitch T 707, got to sign the little VIP wall, and so that was cool. Then afterwards, we all went over to, again, we talked about it before, I can't think of the hotel, but it's right on the little strip, right, next to.
Isn't it called like Sunburst or something?
It's a baller hotel. I know. I always, when I'm riding bikes down in Old Town Scottsdale, I see weddings pull up on the side. Like there's always Bentleys. Like there's Bentleys, Lambos. Like there's always some baller ass cars right on the side of that the little like pull up driveway.
Yeah.
And there's always wedding portraits being taken right there. That's what I've seen. It seems like it's kitty corner to the Aloft and the other hotel that just popped up.
Okay, gotcha.
Kitty corner to those. It's on the same side of the street as Hot Chick and
Sienna House Hotel?
Sienna House.
Sienna House. Yeah.
Sienna House.
Same with Kala.
So inside Sienna House is a bar called Kala.
Yep.
And yeah, that bar pops. We popped at 3:00 on a Saturday. It was fun. It was funny. I was kind of talking shit. The bartenders, I'm like, man, this is a dope ass Motel 6. I'm like, I didn't know Motel 6 is a bar like this.
Yeah, it's gotta like they're trying to get with like a bohemian vibe to it, like kind of like a Tulum or something like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of though.
All I know is I like their $8 Sedona water.
It ain't fucking cheap. I'm not saying this.
No, I love this. I'm serious. I was drinking that. I was like, So, but no, it was cool. It was cool. Good vibes. Did all that. And and then Sunday had a chill Father's Day. Chris, I was like, man, I don't even want to leave the house. So we watched movies since like 7 a.m. It was funny. She was gonna make pancakes but forgot something, but then had this Pizookie cookie type thing that she made. So we're having that at 8 a.m. Good thing we went to the gym the other day before. But what's it called? So did that. Murdered some quesadillas, by the way. Because I had this thing of Wagyu beef. So we did Wagyu beef quesadillas. So that was phenomenal.
Wow. Okay.
Wagyu beef quesadillas. And then just chilled. So that was Father's Day. And then just basically been trying to get through the week with everything. I'll tell you this too. I had the other day. I didn't even know they had these. I was shopping at Sprouts. I got some pretzel hot dog buns, and they had this deal. So I got 2 packs of, I never even heard, Kobe beef hot dogs.
Kobe beef hot dogs?
Yeah, Kobe beef.
Where were they, Fry's?
No, this was at Sprouts.
Sprouts.
And
was they good as fuck?
First of all, here's the thing. If you guys get this, they were on sale too. They were $8.99 for 4 of them.
Okay.
But they also had a BOGO, buy one get one half off. I looked on their website, and for for a 4-pack, it's like $16.
Okay.
So these were $8.99 for 4, and then get half off the next one. Right. We just had those. Chris has cooked those up. Man, phenomenal.
You cook them the same way?
Yeah. Cook them the same way. I threw sprinkled the cheese on there. What's it called?
So do you grill yours or you boil yours?
No. What's it called? Pan fry.
Pan fry. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You do that too. Gotcha.
Yeah, pan fry.
Gotcha.
And
little bologna sandwich.
Yeah, phenomenal. So yeah, definitely check out. I'm telling you right now, Kobe beef hot dogs, man. And then I looked in, they got Wagyu.
Really?
Yeah. And
Now you're gonna make me have to stop at Sprouts. It's right down the street.
And the pack was by Sakura, which is interesting. There's a Japanese place, but no, this was Sakura Kobe hot dogs. Check it out.
All right. Definitely. Speaking of checking out, let's talk about checking out the NBA Finals.
Yep. I was checked out.
You were checked out, huh? How would y'all rate this final from 1 to 10, as far as finals in the past, stuff like that? What y'all think?
I'll give it a 2.
A 2.
Yeah.
Greedy?
That's about right. 2.5.
About right. Yeah. You just think it was because it was lackluster, or the last 2 games were blowouts, or you think it was just? I wouldn't consider Boston a small market team, but Dallas is kind of.
It just never felt competitive.
Right.
It felt like the series. I don't know, man. Again, I hate to be so cynical. But it felt like the series was for the sports bettors, or for the sports books.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Not for really what it was.
Right. They were definitely busting.
I felt it lacked the star power. I mean, you had Luka, you had Tatum, you had Brown, you had Kyrie. I mean, it just lacked. You lacked that big moment. I felt like the star power. Like Tatum didn't really have a good series. Obviously, Jaylen Brown won MVP. We'll talk about that. Luka, I mean, he scored a lot of points, but he complained the whole time. And Kyrie really didn't do shit most of the series.
Right.
So it was about a bunch of these role players. And I mean, in the NBA, when you're pushing star power, and then the stars don't really show up,
right,
it just makes for not an interesting series. And it really wasn't competitive. I mean, it really should have been 4-0. I think the Celtics just took a day off because they wanted to win at home.
Yeah,
know-
exactly.
I know
They was already gone on
I
games.
know I've said this before, and I guess this is going to be more for the older heads or true basketball fans.
Right.
Just think back 10 years ago before sports betting.
Right.
Before sports betting. And before you could really bet, unless you were in Vegas and that book wanted to take the shot at it, which
Yeah.
most didn't.
Right.
Nick, you remember this. You can back me on this. Even Super Bowl, you had to go to certain books on the strip to get a certain prop bet.
Right. Yep.
They weren't all taking bets.
Right.
It was calculated, right? So there was less chance that there's anything behind what they were betting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or connections to it.
Right.
Because it was one casino taking these bets.
Right.
And you'd hear about it on, oh, this casino's betting on this, and everybody go over there, right?
Right.
And you know, and now everything is available to be bet on. And so you've already seen the trickle down effect. I mean, it's proven. Some people, doesn't matter, are throwing shit, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it's proven.
I mean, you just had a MLB Empire.
Yeah.
Just get in trouble for fucking gambling and stuff like that. What's that? 6 MLB baseball players get suspended. One indefinitely right now.
Well, you got the whole Otani situation. with
Yeah, the
his
Otani situation.
interpreter allegedly.
Obviously, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother. you
Yeah,
know, I
Michael
mean,
Porter Jr.'s brother,
I mean, and these are just the people that they're either serving up or got caught.
or that we know about.
Yeah, exactly. And again, they got to serve up some people. You know, it's like, I mean, there's too much money at stake. All you have to do is look at you. First of all, here's the rule of thumb to think outside the box for a second. Have you ever had a fight with your family, your brother, your best friend, your girlfriend about money? Have you ever thought someone might have dug through your wallet, your purse, didn't pay you, didn't give you your change back, didn't do this?
Mm-hmm.
Now times that by 1 million or by 1 billion,
Yeah.
and start seeing how credible people are.
Yeah, right.
I did see two of my good friends fight over if LeBron and KD were better basketball players. Well, that's another story.
But that had nothing to do with money, man.
And that was
It's for the love of the game, baby.
but I'll say this. So when you look at that, okay, go back to Jordan's era. Jordan's not having a 10-point game. And it's not even about Michael Jordan.
Right.
Jordan's not having a 10-point game. Shit, Shaq's not having a 10-point game.
Right.
Kobe's not having a 10-point game. I mean, honestly, when did it change? Like, truthfully, the years of sports betting on our phone, which are what, 2 to 3 years now?
Yep.
We now see duds from everybody. Everybody. They don't hit their number. Whereas back in the day, it was
Or mysteriously they go out of the game.
yeah, exactly. They
Or the,
get
coach,
fouled. Yeah.
or the coach pulls them out in the
bigger the
third
star-
quarter. They don't come back in.
I'll just say this: the bigger the star, the bigger the narrative.
Gotcha.
So if the star, needs to hit his number, like Luka had to hit 31 and a half, and there's nobody stopping Luka all playoffs for a while, and he needed to hit 31 and a half first game home with the Mavericks, right? And everybody's like, oh, that's he did it, Oh, guess what? Oh, all of a sudden he had 20 at half. He just needs 11 in the second half.
Yeah, ends up with
He fouls out.
Yeah.
And 2 questionable fouls in the last 5 minutes.
Right.
And so first of all, we know that the old game was refs don't call close fouls on superstars.
Yep.
But the old rules have changed because guess what? It's all about the dollar and protecting it, and who's got the most. Again, I really, really, really believe that, and that's what kind of messes it up. I know this is messing it up for y'all that just found out there's no Santa, and I know this is messing it up for all you WWE fans that go and root for The Rock. Even though he's acting and he comes back in, and you really think it's real. Right. Still.
Now I did call Boston in 6. They did in 5, so I just want to put that on the record. But you did something amazing too before the series because for those who don't know Mitch, he's very calculated about some of the things that he does, and sports betting is one of them. So if he finds an angle and you hear him, he's really cynical about what's going on in sports, but he's really calculated about if he sees an angle where he doesn't think they can exploit it that much, he will take advantage of it. And one of the things you did is Jaylen Brown's MVP. You called that before the series started. You kind of saw how it was kind of played out. Did you bet that before game 1 or after game 1?
Okay, I bet it. Actually, what's funny is because remember we were here game 1,
Right.
And I go, hey, what's Jaylen Brown? Remember?
Yep.
And it was 5-1 or 5. I go, it's 550, and it went to 4. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
And so I actually bet it when I was talking to you.
Okay.
But I got it, whatever I got it at.
Right.
And then the crazy part about it is I really wanted to. Okay, so there's a lot of factors factoring in, but like it was funny. Jason Kidd, the coach of the Mavericks, sits there and goes, you got the best player on the Celtics, Jaylen Brown, and you can argue it. Most people would think it's Tatum. So he said that. Now, they didn't call out the fact that Jason is a Cal alum and so is Jaylen Brown.
Right.
No, I'm surprised,
And that did pay him
one mentioned.
$300 million last
They did
year.
pay. He is the highest paid NBA player, and he
Yeah.
did win Eastern Finals, Conference Finals MVP. But what I really was thinking was, if the Celtics are the favorite, and Jason Tatum is their superstar,
Right.
I mean, he made All NBA first team, right?
Right.
Hey, Jaylen Brown did not make a All NBA team.
At all.
He didn't make it
No,
at all.
first, second, or third.
Wow.
Okay. But he is a defensive stopper. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I just go back to Iguodala's days when Iguodala won it over Curry.
Right.
And again, sometimes they do
shut
that.
down LeBron.
Yeah, because he allowed Bron to get 33,
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that's the same narrative. If Luka only gets 30,
Right.
then guess what? It's what great defense did Jaylen Brown play.
Right.
But Jaylen also stepped up. I mean, he had, 3 good games and 1 horrible game. He only scored 10 points in 1 game.
Yeah, but that was the game. Tatum didn't have much either that game.
Yeah, that was good. I think Game 4 was a wash because,
They
like I said,
sat him.
first of all, they sat him the whole fourth quarter. They was already packed. Basically, I saw them come out. They played the first quarter. They were saying, okay, let's see how we do the first quarter. If it's a close first quarter and we look lackluster, then let's try to go for it.
Yep.
I think when Dallas came out and they smacked him in the mouth and they really weren't shooting that well,
They pulled him, yeah.
They just said, you know what, we know we can beat them at home.
Either that or
Let's rest up. We can give Porzingis 3 more days.
Or another thing that's hypothetical possible though. Boston has a lot of money.
Right.
Maybe they're sitting there. The diehard Boston fans. Let's bet that they're coming back. As soon as it tips the point, let's pull everybody.
Gotcha.
I mean, here's the thing: the betting does not count for human decisions that are based on the betting.
Right.
That's what's crazy. Like until we realize that, hey, we are just truly trusting people. We're trusting that they're going to do the right thing. And again, we know that's not how the world works. So that's what's so ironic about betting. If all these bets are on Boston to try
I'll
and
give
come back.
I can give you an example. The Yankees pitchers today, I forget what the guy's name is. They're playing the Orioles, right? So this was the most bet prop. It was him having 17 and a half strikeouts, right?
17 and a half?
17,
7.5?
no, 17 and a half, 17, not strikeouts, excuse me, outs.
Oh, I was going to say.
17 and a half outs for the whole day.
I was like, God damn, what's he doing? A perfect
And he
game?
hit it.
No, 17 and a half total outs, all right? It was the most bet prop, the over. He's hit it, he's missed it like 1 time in 2 years. It was the weirdest fucking thing, right? They shut, like, it looked like he was fucking drinking tequila before the game.
They shelled him.
And shelled the shit out of him. He got 4 outs total. They pulled him after the fucking 3rd inning.
Yeah.
What they score, 17?
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was the most bet prop that was out there. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so weird that everybody knew it was automatic. And then this motherfucker comes out and just was throwing up meatballs. Like he had been at the strip club all night, didn't get out of bed till about 6, got to the ballpark about 9, and it was just serving them up.
Okay, thank you. You said the magic word, strip club, right? So for people, we know that this world, there are people sitting in a strip club right now, right? Feeding girls money, going to the ATM, trying to find their credit cards,
Right,
and going, she really likes me.
right.
She really likes me.
Are they going to Spain?
Huh?
Or they
Well, they're going to Spain, meet their parents and shit,
He does like you,
Yeah.
right?
So,
What do you mean?
with that said, take the people in the know, or that sit there and go, what a freaking idiot, right?
Right.
That dude's a freaking idiot. Take that and just flip it into sports betting, and just take the same approach.
Right.
We're going to keep taking your money.
Right.
We're going to keep making you feel like this. We're going to keep saying things to make you feel good.
Right.
Okay? Why do people get this disconnect that it's not happening? No, there's an honor code amongst little leaguers. You know what I mean? Like get the fuck out of here. Like seriously, why can't people wake up on all this shit?
Right.
Everybody picks and chooses.
Well, here's my question.
You hold your
Okay.
friends. You hold your friends.
So is that in every aspect, or is that only in the major sports? Is that only in NFL, MLB, NHL?
No. It's everywhere. It's anywhere anybody can make money on.
Got you. So even in the WNBA.
Yeah.
And tennis.
Yeah.
Or table tennis.
Let's put it this way.
Asking for a friend.
We're a friend. Table tennis is
All right. I'm gonna go deeper. Pause. This is how effed up the world is. We watch a movie and you watch a person and he's with his 4 friends. I watched a movie last night, Russell Crowe movie, whatever.
Right.
And he's with his 4 friends they've known since childhood, and they're and he invites them all to it because he's gonna die, and they they're gonna play one last game of poker,
Right.
and he wants to know someone's sleeping with his wife or whatever, and all this crazy shit, right?
Right.
And that happens in real life type shit. Not all, it depends on the circle of your friends. First of all, you choose your friends wisely, shit.
Right.
But if you've ever watched a movie or you've ever created doubt, or I wonder if my friends would do this, or even people I know, right?
Right.
If you have doubt among the people closest to you, why do you trust the people you don't fucking know?
Gotcha.
Like, come on, man, slap yourself in the face. Seriously.
Right.
Like, wake the fuck up.
Right.
But people will never wake up because they want to live in this dreamland where they feel that they're safe. And it's not that way, and this is not the world we live in.
Right.
And it's just funny that people think that everything has to be guarded and protected because it sounded like a good idea.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of about not the world we live in, what about if we weren't living and we actually had a clone of us? There's rumors out on the street that there's clones work, celebrity
Among
clones.
us.
Well, give me some celebrity clones that possibly could walk out.
Well, all right, let's just throw this. We're not saying.
We're not saying that it is. We're just saying.
All right, let's go around.
All right, everybody, get your tinfoil hats on. We're about to go into the conspiracy zone.
Well, first of all, again,
Well, it's a coincidence, though.
well, here's what's funny. If we had this show 4 years ago and we were talking conspiracy, most of that conspiracy shit's now reality.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. I mean, some of the shit has become, it has had some bit of truth to it. See, here's my thing. I think, I think any good conspiracy has to have some bit of truth attached to it. To me,
Yeah, I mean,
yes or no? Like there was conspiracy about. Okay, let's talk about this. You talked about Hollyweird.
yeah.
What, 10 months ago? Almost, it's one of our first shows. One of our shows. We've been around here a year and a half. You talked about Hollywood, but that's starting to become.
But again, that's also been kind of in conspiracy circles and even even in stories that don't add up.
Right.
That's been forever. That's been forever since the
back
50s and 60s.
60s,
Marilyn Monroe.
I know, but I didn't. You were educating me on the show about Puff Daddy. I didn't hear those stories about Puff Daddy. I never. And then you were the first one on the show that said, "Hey, I've heard about stories about funny parties and." I take it back, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like Superhead. Stefan. She did.
Cairns.
Yeah, Stefan Cairns. She wrote in her book, her first book that she wrote, that she did with Exhibit. She did go to a party that was kind of funny. That
Miami.
Was,
they didn't really realize they were drunk as shit, but they didn't realize they looked around the corner. Dudes out there dancing, and all these dudes have their shirts off.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. And so, but you really didn't think much. That was the first time I heard it, but I kind of like brushed it off. Like, yeah, you just trying to get.
Do you think real quickly? Because think about what era Diddy came from, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you think he was trying to maybe keep the shit under wraps and this social media just finally got enough pieces, it's like, fuck it? Or do you think that again, there could be an agenda that they're pushing. I definitely think there's an agenda, but I also think people are so like, you're so gassed up, you can do whatever you want and who gives a shit, but then there's also cameras every single place recording every single thing. And now if you had a secret, it's getting out.
Well, no, here's my thing, is back in the day, like you said, social media has changed everything and everybody's 15 minutes of fame has changed stuff. And I think what's happening is back in the day, we didn't have this. So these stories didn't come out. Now, their bodyguards or people with close confidants were around them. Well, they're no longer becoming relevant, or they fired them, or they felt like they got done wrong. And now they're coming out and saying, I'm gonna get my 15 minutes of fame off them.
Well, let me say this, and then let's go back to the cloning thing, right? It's funny because if Corey Feldman, and rest in peace, Corey Haim, had their stories to tell right now in this generation, I think they'd get a lot more people believing them, and obviously they're starting to believe what they said.
Right.
I want to talk about this one day, Corey Haim and the alleged stuff with Charlie Sheen and all the other stuff, the producers. There's even I just saw the other day the kid from, if anybody remembers the movie or the show Charles in Charge. You had one of the biggest stars of the time, Scott Baio, who was on Happy Days, and then Joni Loves Chachi. And then he had not only the kid who played the young boy saying that he was, abusive to him in many ways. I'll just say that. Then you had Nicole Eggert, who played the blonde, who was probably 14 at the time, 15 at the time, say that, she had inappropriate, relations with him.
I heard she said she lost her virginity to him when she was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, and so it's yeah, and
Of course.
and it's just crazy. And we'll definitely have to go back on that and some others. I mean, shit, we can even say stuff like River Phoenix. Did he die from an overdose because of like sexual abuse or something? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff when you're talking about Hollyweird and just the upbringings and what's allowed to go on and and stuff. And we'll talk on that another day. But speaking of weird stuff and we're talking about clones. So let's throw around real quick allegedly some names of people that have been supposedly said to be cloned. I'll start Kanye.
Right, Kanye. I mean, what, Britney Spears?
Dave Chappelle. I just watched a bunch of stuff on Dave Chappelle on how in the height of his career when he's blowing up, he walks away from his show, disappears to Africa, where he does Oprah, says a bunch of crazy shit, disappears.
The dress.
Yeah. And then comes back and looks like a totally different person.
Years later, though.
Years later. Different body style, different facial structure. Guy was always super skinny, and all of a sudden this big, huge buff guy comes back from out of nowhere.
Hey, let me add to that too. Let's just check the climate. He was getting $50 million from Comedy Central, right?
Yep.
He walked away from it. What did the guy say?
Jim Brewer?
Yeah. And also Roseanne Barr was there. And people might want to say she hasn't been in the spotlight for a minute, but you don't dismiss people's credibility.
Yeah.
She was a national TV star. She had her own show. She, created headlines and controversy. Like she was a big, late 80s, early 90s star, right?
Yeah.
Big television star.
I remember that.
Literally and figuratively.
When she did the national anthem and she did the spin, and the guy pissed off.
Grabbed her crotch.
Yeah.
But again, Nick, do you want to embellish on what?
Yeah, so he was just talking, and he did the movie with Chappelle, Half Baked, and he was saying they were at a comedy festival, and Chappelle showed up and was like freaking out and said he got visited, and then they're talking, and it's
said the people that visited him, he goes, no fucking way.
Yeah, so he's like, I couldn't believe who he was talking about, and him and Roseanne are going back and forth, and there's a third guy, I'm not sure who the third guy is, he's like, so what did they say to him? What happened? And he's like, I can't really speak on that. And Roseanne goes, yeah, you can't say. And then she like cuts him off and is like, you can't say nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like, you could even tell like both of them were like dancing around it, but didn't want to say anything. And Roseanne like stepped in and goes, look, you can't say that on my show.
Yeah.
Better not drop names on my show. I don't want to end up having a car accident or a heart attack.
Right.
So just kind of crazy, like some of the shit that's out there. And
Well, back to Chappelle.
Yeah.
He supposedly goes to Africa to clear his mind, right?
Yeah.
But he also did Oprah before that.
Yeah.
And I remember you go Google the videos, whether it's still here, if they're still here, whatever. And he goes, man, talking about, especially black actors or comedians, they always want you to put that dress on.
Yeah.
And what's funny is now all of a sudden, what's his name said it too,
you talking about Cat Williams?
Yeah, Cat Williams also talked about the dress. And it's so freaking true. They always, again, we talked about this before. They want to demasculate, especially black, African American men. They want. It's just interesting, this dynamic behind it. In my opinion. But he spoke about that they have to wear the dress. And watch that interview if you do get a chance. Pull it up. Look at Oprah's facial expressions. You can tell she's bothered by what he's saying, but not in my opinion, the deep down of it. It's
that he's speaking too much.
He's speaking too much, or that hey, this isn't, I got to cut this off type shit. Right. So anyway, he goes to Africa, turns down the 50 mil, comes back a couple years later, and all of a sudden he's back. He is like, he has bigger shoulders. Supposedly he's different height. His face structure is a little different, and he even talks just a little different. Just a little different. And it's funny too. I saw comments from a person claiming, again, the comments in a lot of places, there's some hidden freaking gems, but it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. But if you know your discernment, you keep reading, you follow up, you do your homework, you can find some gems, some truthful gems that are not going to be weeded out by, like articles. And I remember reading something about his cousin saying, me and David had such a close relationship until he went to Africa and blah, 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 blah. And then he changed. It is not him. I swear it is not him. He didn't even recognize me. He didn't even know a couple things, and this. He was so cold. He was so just like soulless. And, I tend to believe it.
In the article, or the story, Jim Brewer, he even said, we don't even talk anymore. Like, we were like best friends. He went to Africa, he came back, and it's like, he's like, I'm not even sure that's him. He said that in in the interview. He's like,
that's-
I'm not even
that's all I
sure
can say. That's
and
all I
that's
can
all
say.
I'm going to say.
Damn, that's crazy. So if you were cloned, you think your clone would have a bigger head than you?
Hey, you think your clone will have sleeves?
I was just fucking with you. All right, man. We come to the end of the show. You know how we do it. Give me a thought of the day.
Nick, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I love it. So we got the 4th of July coming up.
Yeah.
So just get out there. Remember all the great country we live in, America. Go have some fun. I'm going to the beach, hopefully. So if you're out in a beach area, wear your sunscreen. Don't get burned up.
There you go.
And use the natural shit. Don't use that spray shit. Has all those bad chemicals for you. There's some natural shit you can use to protect yourself from the sun. Look it up online. Don't use this shit in the spray bottles. That's so bad for you.
Okay.
So yeah, what am I talking about? You know what? Had a chiropractor appointment with a different chiropractor this last week. They actually, it was crazy. She actually used that tool, the chiropractic tool. Almost feels like an air hammer, doop, 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 like precision.
On your butt bone?
No. You must have been confused talking to Nick. You guys sharing war stories.
I was like, hey, that was at Pickle Park?
Yeah. But no, it was crazy because this doctor was really, really, really good, really bright, dialed in on a lot of levels. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. I got a follow-up appointment tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's just interesting because she was like, okay, look, I want you to go work out. She goes, you said, your shoulder's bothering you, right? She goes, so she goes, all right, I want you, when are you going to work out again? And I go, Friday. She goes, and this is just the other, I went yesterday.
Right.
She goes, okay, on Friday, I want you to go work out, and then let's have an appointment right after you work out.
Okay.
Because I want to see and do the workouts that bother your shoulder.
Okay.
She goes, do your weights, do what you did that bothers your shoulder, because I want to see you, I want to see, what that looked like, and so we can adjust it.
Okay. There you go.
So I'm going to keep you guys posted, but
Yeah.
it's interesting when people are dialed in and know their craft, and they're not just like and don't get me wrong, just the conversation. It went so in depth on a lot of different levels of food and diet, and it wasn't just a salesman job. It was because it was pretty interesting. She was like even talking supplements. What are you taking? She even goes, and all right, insert joke here, but like when she goes, you've had head trauma. She can tell like.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah. You're about to have head trauma backstage in the green room.
That big ass head.
And like I said,
Oh,
insert joke here. I already knew this, But
We'll leave that.
yeah,
But go ahead, keep going.
No, the fact that
I thought maybe some girl had braces or something. That's what he's talking about. He had some head trauma. She fucked you up with the braces?
But no, she's very perceptive, very like dialed in, and I'll tell you, just from one session with that little little tool, and I'm sitting there going, hold on a second, moving different and feeling different,
go. Moving around,
yeah. So yeah, well, I'm gonna keep you all posted
Definitely
on that
tell me how
journey
it is.
because
Yeah, for sure.
it's a little different.
All right. Hey, real quick for me, don't bite the hand that feeds you, man. 'Cause that thing will smack you back. All right, 210, we out, baby.